COVID figures in the country continue to show a declining trend. India is now unlocking our markets, malls and even workplaces. And now a lot of discussion is about what next. Will workspaces now opening for the moment with 50% capacity in certain states, odd and even in the others? Is that something that is going to have an impact in our lives yet again? Have you gotten too used to work from home? Do you not want to go back to work? Or are you somebody who is raging to go back and get creative and ideate with your colleagues at work? Well, that's a debate that is going to take a long time. But today on the program, we are going to talk about what the future of work from home is looking like. We've got some surveys for you. Also, we'll be joined by experts who will give their insight into what have been the learning so far and thus what's going to be the guiding force for the future as well. So without any further ado, let's get into our explainer. The workplace as we know it, it is dead. Well, that's what experts from Harvard Business School said recently. As India unlocks and more people get under the vaccine cover, it is becoming increasingly possible now to return to pre-pandemic group activities, restaurants, movie theatres, baseball stadiums, concerts and also office spaces. So what's the future for work from home? Is it to stay, or will the companies jump right back into the cabin and conference room life? Well, that really depends on your job, your company's workspace culture, your boss, and mostly the industry. Restaurants, hotels, airports, manufacturing, construction, warehousing, etc., healthcare, even personal services all have very high percentage of in-person work. While tech, consultancy, etc., are some of the sectors which have seen little to no disadvantage at all with work from home. But at this point, from the learning so far, what are the surveys telling us? So we've got a survey for you which looked at work from home versus the office culture. Now this was done in May, June, and the survey was of people remotely working, and this was done by the Morning Consult. And they found out, wait for this, 49% people would consider quitting if their bosses made them return to full office time. Only 27% would feel comfortable returning to office, 27% only, mind you. 80% said that they enjoy working remotely, 70% said that reported that they were more productive being in the comforts of their home. 70% were more likely to apply for a job that offers remote working options. A lot of them said to be the workforce of the future, the millennials as well. 45% would feel comfortable attending a work conference and 45% would feel domestically okay to travel as well. International travel, the number fell dramatically to 27% again, and about 43% would feel comfortable going to an office party. Now that's a underline over there. Let's look at another survey. This was done by Pew Research, which said that majority of people want to continue working remotely post the pandemic. In their research, they found out about 54% wanted to work from home all or most of the time in the post-pandemic world. Only 11% said that they want to work remotely rarely or none or never altogether. And the next one is quite interesting, which says that 46%, these are people who rarely teleworked before, want to actually work from home all the time now. So that's a major shift really. Of course, women are more likely to want to work from home all the time. This percentage went from 31% versus 23% for men, but barely any difference there, frankly. So interesting, right? While we thought that work from home was blurring the lines between personal and professional life, and there was initial questions on productivity, creativity, surveys done in the recent past indicate that people have got a hang of it now and want to continue working at home in these virtual offices. Having understood that, let's take a look at what are some of the biggest companies in India doing at this point. We've compiled a list for you of companies that have announced work from home till at least August, September of 2021. Remember, we were anticipating that by that time we would at least have a good portion of our population inoculated. Which are these companies? ITC, Maruti Suzuki, Mahindra & Mahindra, Tata Motors, Toyota, Godrej, Flipkart, Amazon, Vedanta, Nestle, Parle, RPG, KPMG, Ashok and etc., they have all said that so far they are in a wait and watch mode, and at least till about August, September, they're not going to call in people to work. This in India, but what about the world, which has some of the biggest firms? How are they thinking about work from home? Look at this list now, which has companies which have announced work from home forever. This list has interesting names like Coinbase, Dropbox, Novartis, the Quora, Twitter, Shopify, Slack, Spotify, Square, Upwork, Zillow, all of them saying that they don't want employees to come back to work at all. They're okay with the present model completely. And then there are some companies which have announced a hybrid model of sorts. Which are they? This includes companies like Ford, Google, which has said 20% of their staff will be working from home. HubSpot, there is Microsoft in that, Nationwide, Reddit, Salesforce and Siemens as well. So all these companies saying that they want to go into some sort of a hybrid model now. But what is going to work from India? Let's find out from our experts.